Hello everybody, this is Josh Bycer from GameWisdom.com. Welcome to another episode of Going Retro. We're back with the Sega Mega Drive and Genesis collection. For this video, I got the perfect game to play. It's one of my favorites, and it's one of the more polarizing games, I think, of the Sega Genesis collection, or back in the day, the library, and that is Comix Zone. Comix Zone, there we go. I remember this game came with a manual that was just a comic. This game came very late in the Sega Genesis lifeline, if I remember right. 1995, yes. 1995 would be around the time as the industry started to transition into 3D. I think the GameCube... No, I'm sorry, the Nintendo 64 came out in 96 or 97. There was, of course, the 32X. And you can really start to see the difference with late-gen titles for the Genesis. Even the NES got a little bit fancier. They were like the end-of-generation Mega Man games. But I'm talking over this great music. And I know that you're watching this right now, it doesn't look all that impressive, but this was definitely interesting for the day. Okay, that's still the actual game. Love that little Sega. I gotta get the controls just right. Okay. So you can actually set up custom moves. Watch out, yell. I think I liked the scissor kick, if I remember right. X, Y, Z. There you go. Action, jump, custom. Good. To Shaolin kick. That rat is his pet too, by the way. There we go. And we already saw the cutscene, so we'll get right into it. Get these controls right. Now, what I like about Comix Zone is that, despite it being a 2D action game or 2D side-scroller, there's actually like a decent array of moves, as you can see. You have a special attack there. This game was also known for its difficulty. And this was also one of like the first games to really experiment with taking a theme and adapting it to the game itself. In this case, it's a comic book. So instead of having screen by screen, you have panel by panel. And enemies are drawn into the world, as you can see. The game gives like a good feel to the action as well. This is helped by the sound effects. And just the variety of moves. Ow! Kick his ass. Now if I use my special move, I think it takes my health. Okay, or it doesn't. Some games had that. I know a lot of older games like Final Fight. I think even Streets of Rage did too. Now, what's interesting about the game... Trying to check something. There you go. You can actually rip the page to try to find hidden items. And that costs health. Now, while there are only 3 levels, the game is somewhat open-ended. You do have to get to the end of the comic book for each level, but you can choose which panels you can go to. And this is very important, as certain actions are going to cost you more energy. For instance, as you can see, by breaking that can, I did lose some health. Again, the graphics are very vibrant. It's just a very interesting looking game. Yeah, we know where the secret entrance is. And now watch. You can actually see him transition right there. So Roadkill is his little pet. And the pet basically will find you hidden items. So let's see. Oh. And now the page just ripped. Let's see. There we go. Put him down. Okay. It's a little weird how you have to use some of these. So now I gotta drop this. Blow to blow that up. Or those things will I will land on a fire drum basically. Now, this is where things get a little weird. I'm trying to force it around. There we go. I have to break these drums. There we go. Ow. Creep. Take that. Again, just a very animated character, especially for the Genesis era. You can see there's different frames for how I'm hanging, how I'm moving. Controls are somewhat responsive. Again, this was a game from 1995, so we're not expecting true like 3D or very fine controls. But the music's interesting. There we go. Back here. I remember this being like one of the first games to really give that beat 'em up style without being a true like Final Fight or Streets of Rage type game. Alright. And there are even little puzzles to solve too. And again, puzzles in an action game really didn't take root until at least probably like later in the 90s and early thousands with the 3D action adventure genre. So this is still pretty new or pretty innovative for its time. We can do like a little roll there. I'm trying to... There we go. Again, controls aren't the most responsive. There we go. So that blew up the enemy or the thing down there. X1. So now if I place him down, he'll see if there's any hidden items around. And he'll rip the page if there are any. Okay, doesn't look like it. Now I remember this part being particularly nasty. You have to mix up your attacks too, which I really liked. Get down near you. Wait for it. And different attacks have different strengths too. So it's not like the kick is the same as the punch and so on. So your uppercut is very powerful. Now this is the part that I remember dying a lot, and there's a good chance I may just die right here. Yes! Did. And then we turn the page, and we move on to part 2 of this first level. And having all these different moves and such, again, we wouldn't see this fully develop until the 3D era, so this was one of like the first games to really do that. Now, let me see if I remember right. Is he gonna find something? Yes. So normally I would have to blow that up or just punch it until it broke, which would cost me energy. Instead, place that down, and that saves us a whole lot of energy. And that's more of an advanced tactic, and one of the things that made the game a little hard to play. If you didn't know to do that, you would just use up a whole lot of your energy, and then you would get screwed. You do get an extra life, but it's very easy to run out in this game. So now for this part, I need to knock him into the fan. Ow! And again, I'm just mixing up the commands to do that. So now, here's another case where I would have to either use items or I can do this. He's going to go and turn off the fan, which you don't see on the screen. So now I can break this a lot safer. Grab him. So here we go again, a little puzzle. And the boss is right below us, that frame down there. Again, very vibrant colors. And I do like the animation of the game. I think the Sega Technology, whoever the part of Sega that developed this, also made the game, what was it, Mr. Ooze, The Ooze? Something like that. And while it may not hold up completely well, it's still a great example of the transition that started happening in the 90s, where video games stopped directly copying the arcade industry and started to flesh out more. While the RPG genre already started to do that, most action games just really copied wholesale from the arcade. But titles like Comix Zone started to move that trend away, where we could start to have more complicated single-player titles. Again, stuff like the Marios, Zelda, and even leading into the thousands with more 3D titles. Even what we saw later on with stuff like Uncharted, Ninja Gaiden, etc., etc. So I think we're going to go up here. It's been so long since I played this game, too, that I don't think we're going to get through the whole thing in this one play. I don't know what that is. I think it's like hitting me with a spring, maybe? Right, I am going to drop my knife. I want to take the TNT. That was a failure. Again, I just like how they give you all these different commands. There's just something very satisfying about like the sound effects and just being able to just show that kinetic effect. So here we have another little puzzle. Again, not the most complicated thing, but the action genre this time wasn't known for puzzles. Should be able to, yeah, there we go. Juggle them. Alright, time for another fight. And of course, the comic book guy's name is Sketch. They could have just done like one attack. Probably would have been a far less work for them. But you can see it really does add to it. And it is one of the reasons why I like Comix Zone as one of the later games in the Genesis lineup. Ow. Alright, so the episode's almost done. We actually have the boss now. The bosses in the Comix Zone, there's only 3 of them, and they definitely play more of a puzzle. So this guy, if you didn't know the trick, you would just keep attacking him like so. You have to wait for the right moment to get under him. There we go. Underneath him. And now, finish him off. And the bosses are like this. You can either spend a long time beating them up and losing a lot of health. You're fired. Remember, this was before The Apprentice. Or you figure out these little tricks to do it. And you need to do that for the 3rd and final episode, as there's a good and bad ending depending on how fast you beat the boss. But due to how quickly you can die in the game, I know a lot of people may not have seen that. So here we are, episode 2. We're back with full health. We've lost all of our items. But again, the game just really takes the comic book aesthetic and runs with it. Really great animation. Again, for the time. And I like how the enemies, if you just keep repeating the same move, they will block it. So you do need to keep mixing it up. There you use your pogo. Ow. I think the rat can also attack. But they can hurt them and knock them off, so you have to be careful not to use them too much. I should use my scissor kick there, or my Shaolin kick. Again, you can see they're blocking if I keep using that attack too much. Oh wait, I should check to see if there's any items. Anything, boy? Nope. So here we have another case. If I hit those two lower blocks, it's going to blow up. There we go. Get some health. Hey. So again, we have another little mini puzzle there. Damn you. Need to block that. There we go. Now we can deal with these guys for real. But I know a lot of people didn't like the energy mechanic and how energy is both used for health and for trying to solve these puzzles. And you can basically just overexert yourself and kill yourself that way. Let me see. Is there a dynamite here? I think I missed something up here. Come on. If I remember right, I think the left path is a trap. Fortunately, I have health, which I think I'll use right now. Ow. Let's see if there's any items around here. Yeah, the game definitely had a case of the developer just forcing you to just, you know, play their little game. Like there's no real indication where secrets are, what path's safe, what's not. Let me see. We're about to get into a big fight. I'm sure there's a health around here. So I picked up his special power. Lets him basically clear a room. Again, very varied environment design, colors. Another great game that also shows off what the late gen of the Sega Genesis could do was Beyond Oasis, which was basically Sega's attempt at being a Zelda. Oh, that was horrible. Again, the guy draws the enemies onto the stage. And we're about to get into an actual tougher fight, I think. You dead? Oh yeah, this one. I think she's attacking me with her hair. Yeah, that's her hair. She's swinging. Hey. You'll find that a lot of these enemies are just best to get in close and beat the crap out of them. Alright. Up ahead is another bit of a bullshitty section. And it seems like every episode has one BS point in it. And I think this one are these crazy jumps. This was during the era where bombless pits meant death. Yeah, right here. We'll find a knife. No, don't fall off. You know what? Screw it. There we go. There we go. Again, I'm going to kick the page. Don't want to jump here or I'm dead. There we go. I think that's it. Oh, one more. Crap. That wasn't too smart. Alright, let him come. I may actually die. I'm doing really well. Look, we're already halfway done the game. I remember dying so many times playing this growing up. So here we have another little puzzle. In fact, I should let that go, see if we can find some health. Anything, boy? Again, you can just see like the variety of animations. Come on. Nope. Again, if you weren't paying attention, or even if you did pay attention, it's very unlikely you would find it on your first time. Pretty sure there's health around. Oh, Pogo Stick Man again. I'm sure the guy had a real name, but I have no idea what it is. Oh, good. I better actually just take that right now. I don't know what's in those strings. The game is starting to slow down. It can't handle all the action that's going on. I think there is friendly fire. There we go. Her. I'll put him down, see. Oh, that's right. They're afraid of him. Alright, that's a bomb. I'm pretty sure the left is a trap. I know the long corridors here are just very bad. Maybe I can. Ow. Alright. There we go. Should break this open. Maybe there's an item. But again, you can see I have to fight these things, but it's costing me health. Oh! I hope we find some health. Oh, a knife. This could be bad. Alright, so I'm just gonna have to do this. They'll eventually break. There's one. There's two. Come on. Thankfully, jumping doesn't cause you energy. Anyone else? I think we're one away from the boss. Ew. Alright, so this is a game where I have to use the rat. What? Come on. Oh. I have no idea why it's not. You guys be on screen. Oh. Alright, now we have this like a Fu Manchu kind of fight. This is one of those fights, again, if you don't know what the trick is, it's very difficult. I may just get killed just because I don't have the health. Okay, he's gonna come down. Crap. Oh. Now, because he says that, it means I get an extra life. And even though it's a great thing, the guy puts a red X on you. Don't start me at the beginning. Ah. We're probably not going to play through the whole thing again, but I do just want to show you that different path. To beat that guy, you need to kick him so that he goes into his nails like it's stuck in the wall. There we go. But again, you can see why the game was polarizing due to this health system. Yeah, I think that just cost me some health. And because I don't have the rat, I think his name was Roadkill, it's going to come back to bite me here because I have to fight them all. I may just get killed right here. Oh, that's good, they're fighting each other. Yeah, I know that we don't have it. Oh. So now, I'll show you what happens when you go left. Yeah, this is the painful one. Oh! And now the fire killed me. Yeah, you only get 2 lives. And if that fire would have hit me too, that is an instant death. So he becomes alive and basically kills the world. But yeah, that was Comix Zone. Well, we almost got through it. It's also another example of those games where you die once and you lose all your items, it just becomes very difficult to progress. Bit of a polarizing game as you can see, but still, for a late-gen Sega Genesis title, Sega Technical Institute, there we go. It's still a pretty fun title, and very much unique, too. So, that's going to do it for this play. If you enjoy it, be sure to share with your friends, and of course, like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment, it always helps out. If you have another game on the Sega Genesis collection you'd like me to take a look at next, let me know, otherwise I'll just pick it from random. Subscribe on Twitch and Twitter under GW Bycer to get the latest updates when content goes live. And you can find me on Patreon under Game Wisdom, where any donations would be greatly appreciated in order to allow me to keep doing what I'm doing and put out more great content like this. So that was Comix Zone. Thanks again for tuning in, and I will see you all next time.